Greetings, I'm Dr. Sean Reed, author of the Dating Toolbox, available on Amazon.com. All right, guys, so today I want to talk about this fact or this claim that's made by a lot of pundits on male-female relationships. And this claim is that women wait at the finish line and only pick the winners. Or put another way, pundits say women don't care about your struggles. They only care about winners and losers, and they only pick the winners. And what sort of goes along with this claim is this belief that you're kind of powerless and helpless in the face of this phenomenon. And I'm going to argue today, and I'm going to explain through this video that in fact you are not. Okay, that there are things you can do that will make you winners with women, that will enable you to finish first in that finish line of life. And my main argument is that the ability to build interest level in women, the ability to develop your own personal confidence will make you a winner. And even if you aren't, the old adage is you have to make six figures, be 6 feet tall, and have a six-pack. If you don't have those things going for you, then you're hopeless. You're never going to finish first in the finish line. And I argue that that's not necessarily true. A huge piece of this puzzle is the ability to build interest level in women. So, for example, I have my friend Walter, who is a jiu-jitsu instructor. He does not make six figures or anywhere even close to that. He owns his own house. But apart from that, he is not very, very wealthy whatsoever, yet he is very successful with women because he knows how to drive up interest level. Myself, I'm retired. I no longer know how to make money. However, I know how to constantly drive my wife's interest level up, so I keep her in love with me, and it gives that appearance that I'm finishing first at the interest line. So let's talk about some of this. So, say you're a regular guy, you're not 6 foot tall, you're 5'9", you're not making six figures, you're making maybe $65,000 a year. I want you to understand that you can still be very successful with women if you manage the relationship properly. So winning is more than just the 3 sixes, and I want to talk about the laws of attraction. And these are things I've talked about in other places in my video. If you get good at these things, you can appear to be first at crossing the finish line. So one of these big things is and I go over this, but guys are just not getting it, is that you need to develop your opening and your conversational abilities with women, okay? That's why we work so hard on this, right? You need to always have an ability to talk to women, to open women, to start conversations with them, and to get phone numbers, okay? Even it doesn't matter if you have no dates, you're seeing no one, or if you're nearly 20 years into a marriage, you have to have this skill, right? So I have the skill. I work very hard to develop it. So I gave the example of I wanted to do a date night the other night. My wife did not. She was being moody. We had done a date night the week before. She was moody. So I went out by myself with my friend, and I ended up dancing. I ended up talking, meeting women. I was holding this one gal's hand, and I basically stepped back from my wife. Instead of pursuing, why don't you want to go out with me? Why don't you want to spend time with me? What I did is I withdrew. I didn't simp, right? I didn't beg her for attention. I didn't hammer away. Why won't you go out with me? Why don't you want to do a date night? I simply, when she said she didn't want to do that, once she started getting moody with it, I totally disengaged. I said, fine. And I went out by myself, and I met and I danced with other women. And a lot of people think, isn't that cheating? No, cheating is cheating. Cheating would be if I had sex with these women. All I'm doing is I'm going out, I'm meeting, I'm dancing. Yes, I held this girl's hand. Yes, I danced with a number of women. But what this does mentally is I know I have the confidence, even though I'm old, even though I'm ugly, I'm still able to meet and attract women. I'm still able to drive interest. So it gives me that confidence. So when I go back home, I'm not in a state where I'm needy with my wife. I'm anything but needy. I'm confident. And sure enough, 2 days later, she comes into my bedroom and wants to talk to me. Are you mad at me? You know, which is a woman's way of saying they know they screwed up and they're sorry and they want to make up with it. She's cooked me dinner every night this whole week. So the idea here is I use my confidence and my ability to still talk to women and meet women, and that gives me the appearance of being a winner at the finish line. Okay, so again, guys, we're going back. That's why we're always developing our skills to open women, and then the number close. We're always developing our skills to get that phone number. Again, this is something that takes hard work. A lot of guys aren't willing to do this, and you have to. You have to always know in your mind that you are capable of getting phone numbers. That's why we hammer this skill. We develop the skill. As long as you know you're able to get phone numbers, you will never operate from a position of neediness. You will never simp. Because you know if this one woman doesn't get your phone number, another woman will. That's why we date close. We get good at getting that date. We get that phone number, then we get good at getting that date. Along this process, you're going to run into a lot of rejection. But that's okay, because you're going to learn that rejection is a path to success. Okay, kiss close. You're going to get good at kiss closing. I coach my guys. We never go after sex on the first date, but we do like to get that kiss on the lips. The more you date and the more you become successful at kiss closing, the more confident you will become and more you will be able to project that appearance of winning. Okay, F closing. I don't want to say what S stands for. I will say it stands for sex. But we get good at knowing that by the third date, we're going to get sex. So we're never desperate. We never operate from a position of desperation when it comes to sex. I had a video on this the other day. The number one killer of confidence and the number one driver of desperation is an obsession with sex. When you don't get sex, you become obsessed with sex, and then that makes it harder to get sex. So we learn how to sublimate our desire on the first and second date. And generally what that means is, and again, I had a whole video on this, that by the third date, we'll be getting sex. We become confident in that process. And as I argued in that video, the way to get sex with a woman is to drive her interest level up. If you're constantly doing things to increase her interest level, she is going to have sex with you. Again, interest level and confidence equals winning. Okay, so you become good at opening, closing, date closing, kiss closing, F closing. You become good at these things. You don't need to make $150,000 a year. Like I said, my friend Walter doesn't make anywhere near that, but he's confident because I've seen him dozens of times seduce women, even though he's well into his 50s, even though he doesn't make a lot of money. He's good at that, and it projects an aura of confidence. I talked about he had an argument with his girlfriend the other night, and he made the mistake of arguing with her. I told him, stop it. Do not argue with her. We're going to go to the club. We're going to meet other women. We're going to dance with other women. Just leave her alone. Do not simp. And sure enough, 2 days later, she called and she apologized. Again, we do that by projecting an aura of confidence. Okay. Again, that's why we develop a 3-woman rotation. Okay? We develop a 3-woman rotation because it builds our confidence. So for you guys that are single out there that aren't married, I heavily advocate dating 3 women at once. A Tuesday gal, a Thursday gal, a Saturday gal, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, however you want to structure it. We do that because it drives our confidence up. It gives us the appearance of winning. Women know that they're competing. You don't need to tell them. They'll know. They'll pick up on it intuitively. When you have multiple women you're dating, you're going to naturally exude confidence. You're going to naturally appear like a woman. So our 3-woman rotation. Once we're in a relationship, I've been talking about this, we don't simp. Okay? So I've stopped seeing all other women. I'm in this monogamous relationship. I've committed to this woman. I still don't allow her to destroy my confidence. In that relationship, we must still be a challenge. And I've had videos on this. The key is to be a challenge, whether you're 6 months into a relationship or 19 years into a marriage. You must constantly be a challenge. As long as you are a challenge, you will appear to be a winner. All right. Okay, guys. So again, I want to revisit this main point that a lot of experts are arguing that, women wait at the finish line. They don't care about your struggles. They don't care about all the work you had to do to get your job, develop your career. They don't care about all the hard work you had to put in at the gym, or the fact that you had to, sacrifice and discipline yourself so much to eat right. They only care about the results. They only care about who crosses that finish line of life first. And that's true. But again, guys, there's a lot you can do to control this perception of winning. All right, guys. So again, if you like what you saw and heard today, please hit that like and subscribe button. Down below, you'll see a link to my book. If you really want to get into this, you want to improve your dating and love life, check out my book. It's only $13 and happy dating.